All right, everybody. Now, until I get my microphone thing situated, it might be hard to hear me right now, but this is what it is. So, I'm going to show you what I run. This is my, basically my go-to setup 99% of the time, unless I'm walking the cup or something like that. Then I'll drop down to a smaller size cup, which is going to allow it to be, it's going to allow the cup to walk a little easier and not slip, and I won't have to put as much pressure, but we'll talk about that on another day. So, my setup, okay? Let me break her down for you real quick. Nothing fancy here, all right? All right, now. All right, this is W280 Miller torch, okay? Nothing fancy, water cooled. All right, I'm running a Miller Synchrowave 300 machine. Again, it's water cooled. All right, so, and I personally like the medium sized caps because I like to cut my tungsten in half, and this still gives me enough room to get in tighter spots. All right, and like I said, I cut my tungsten in half, so it allows me to have a sharp end on both. I cut it in half, sharpened. Now I got 4 points instead of 2. All right, so I will show you what we got here. All right, so let's put our end cap on. All right, leave it a little loose. All right, now I always run 332 unless I'm running some heavy duty aluminum or something, then I'll jump up to 1/8 tungsten. Other than that, me personally, it's always 332. So yeah, 332 collet. All right, nothing fancy. All right, the bigger end, the flared out end is going to go down. All right, this is a 332 gas lens. Again, nothing fancy, pretty basic. All right, we're gonna thread this in there. Make sure she's in there nice and snug, or your cup, or not your cup, your tungsten won't tighten up, okay? Again, now, cup-wise, this is my go-to. This is a Furic SSBBW cup. Size-wise, I don't know, it might be like a 16, give or take. I run about 45 to 50 CFH out of this thing. You could run a little lower. I like to keep it jacked up. This cup can handle that pressure, and it gives me plenty of coverage to my welds. As you can see in my videos, you get that gold color. The more gas coverage, the cleaner the weld, the easier it's going to weld for you, and everything's just going to come out so much nicer. All right, so let's put our cup on. Nothing fancy, a little snug, doesn't have to be tight, a little snug there. And then again, I cut my tungstens in half. I personally like a long taper. She's a little chewed up right now, but it's hard to see. But yeah, I like a long taper on it. And that's it, my friends. Now, when you set your tungsten, you guys need to understand that the depth, all right, your tungsten stick out does not matter. What matters is having proper gas coverage, okay? Now, you can have this tungsten out this far, all right? Again, as long as you have the right CFH and proper gas coverage, it will weld perfectly fine, okay? With a cup like this, you want to at least keep your tungsten out far enough to where you can see past your cup, all right? You still got to have that, you still got to be able to see your puddle, all right? With the wider cups, that's why a lot of times you see people sticking their tungsten out so far with the bigger cups, because you can't see past, right? If I had this in there like this, and now you're on an angle, it's very hard for me to see the puddle, okay? Right here. So, yes, again, I like to run it right here, enough to where I can see it maybe in a little more, nothing too fancy, like this. So again, this is my basic go-to setup. 99% of the time, this is what I run. And yeah, any questions, feel free to leave some comments or whatever, and I will do my best to answer you. Let's go.